Hello aspirants, hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to our channel Food Tech Online. So today we'll be solving GATE 2021 Food Technology subject. So let us start. Question 1. In a typical bacterial growth curve, the first order kinetics for growth rate is observed in lag, log, stationary or decline phase. So the first order kinetics, basically it means the growth rate of the bacterial which depends on the current population size, that means the exponential growth rate, and this basically it happens in the log phase or the exponential phase. So over here the bacteria, they will divide rapidly at a constant rate, and the resources are plenty, that means it will lead to a balanced and unrestricted growth. So over here correct option is B, that is log phase. Whereas lag phase, there is no division, only the microorganisms, bacteria, they will adapt to the new environment. And in stationary phase the growth rate is equal to the death rate, that means there is no net increase in the growth. And in decline phase the growth rate will be less and the death rate will be more, that means population will decrease. The curve is somewhat like this. This is a lag phase, growth phase, stationary phase, and the death phase. So over here my correct option is option number B. Question number 2. Which of the following microorganism is not a causative agent for the foodborne diseases? So foodborne diseases are caused by the pathogens which are transmitted through the contaminated food or water. So over here, Borrelia burgdorferi, this is a bacterium that causes Lyme disease, which is transmitted through the tick bites and not through the contaminated food or water. Whereas the other options, that is Campylobacter jejuni, so it is contaminated, caused because of contaminated foods like raw poultry or unpasteurized milk. Clostridium botulinum or perfringens, it is because of meat, poultries or pre-cooked foods. Norovirus because of contaminated water, shellfish fishes or ready to eat foods. So over here my correct option is D, that is Borrelia burgdorferi. Question number 3. Which of the following is not a fermented food product? Tofu, vinegar, sauerkraut or tempeh. So fermented food, basically these are produced through controlled bacterial microbial growths, which is transformed from the raw ingredients, that is like sugar, proteins, into the acids, alcohols or gases. So over here my correct option is A, that is tofu. So it is not a fermented product, whereas it is made by the coagulation of soy milk, like the cheese, without the microbial actions. Whereas the other options, those vinegar, so they are produced by fermenting the ethanol, for example say cedar or the wine, with the acetic acid bacteria, And sauerkraut, it is fermented cabbage using lactic acid bacteria. And tempeh, it is a fermented soybean product, so which is bound by the fungal mycelium, that is rhizopus. So over here my correct option is option number A, that is tofu. Question 4. The protein efficiency ratio is defined as percentage of absorbed nitrogen retained in the body, weight gain in body mass in grams per gram protein intake, ratio of essential non-essential amino acids in the protein, or percentage in vitro digestibility of the protein. So protein efficiency ratio, actually it is a measure of how effectively a protein it supports the growth. For example, basically these are studied in the animals. So protein efficiency ratio, it is weight in weight gain in gram by protein intake in gram. So over here my correct option is B, that is weight gain in body mass in gram per gram protein intake. So a protein efficiency ratio, basically it focuses on weight gain per grams of the protein which is consumed, not on the nitrogen balance or the amino acid residues. And this option number A, that is percentage of absorbed nitrogen which is retained in the body, it basically describes the net protein utilization, that is NPU. And option number C, that is ratio of essential and non-essential amino acid in the protein, it basically refers to the amino acid consumptions, not compositions, not the protein efficiency ratio. And option number D, it describes about the protein digestibility, which is that is in vitro digestibility of a protein. So over here my correct option is option number B. Question 5. Which of the following enzymes sequentially releases maltose from starch? Alpha amylase, beta amylase, glucoamylase, or pullulanase? So maltose, it is a disaccharide, and the enzyme that sequentially releases maltose is the beta amylase, that is option number B. Since it will cleave the alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds to form a non-reducing end of the starch, and that is the maltose unit. Whereas alpha amylase, it will break the starch randomly into the dextrins. And glucoamylase, it will release the glucose, not the maltose. And pullulanase, it will debranch the starch by attacking, it will debranch by attacking alpha 1,6 glycosidic bond. So over here my correct option is option number B, that is beta amylase. Question 6. Highest mole percent of amino acid mixture present in glutenin of wheat gluten are glutamine and glutamic acid, serine and lysine, alanine and tryptophan, proline and glycine. So glutenin, it is a major it is a major protein in the wheat gluten, and it is rich in glutamine and glutamic acid. Short form is GLN, GLU. So which together they will account approx 50% of its amino acid composition, and these amino acids they will contribute to the gluten's elasticity and the dose strength. Via hydrogen bonding and disulfide cross-linking. So this glutamine and glutamic acid, they will together account 50% of the amino acids, and these amino acids they will contribute to the gluten's elasticity as well as to the dose strength, and how to via hydrogen bonding and disulfide cross-linking. Whereas serine and lysine, these are not present. Actually, these are present but in lower amounts. Alanine and tryptophan, these are rare. And proline, glycine, so proline moderately high but not glycine. So over here, my correct option is option number A. Question number 7. Which one of the following compounds is present in soybean and it acts as a phytoestrogen? Tangeritin, lutein, quercetin or genistein? So correct option is D, that is genistein. So this genistein, it is a phytoestrogen. Actually, it is a plant-derived estrogen compound which is abundant in soybean. And it belongs to the isoflavone classes, which basically mimics the estrogen by binding to its receptor. Whereas tangeritin, it is basically found in the citrus flavonoids. Lutein, it's a carotenoid. Basically for eye health pigment, and it is not a phytoestrogen. And quercetin, it is a flavonoid with antioxidant property. So over here my correct option is D, that is genistein. Question number 8. Which one of the following is an oligosaccharide? So what is an oligosaccharide? Oligosaccharides are the chains of consisting of 3 to 10 monosaccharide units which are linked by the glycosidic bonds. These are actually the short chains. Options are xanthine, alginate, raffinose or gellan. So over here my correct option is C, that is raffinose. So basically raffinose, it is a trisaccharide. Trisaccharide means 3 units. What are the 3 units? Galactose, glucose and fructose. So they will make these 3 will make a oligosaccharide, that is a trisaccharide. Basically these are found in beans, cabbage, whole grains, Whereas the xanthan, it is a polysaccharide. Alginate is also a polysaccharide, and gelatin, it is also a polysaccharide. So over here my correct option is option number C, that is raffinose. Question number 9. Bittering agent in grapefruit formed after the juice extraction under acidic condition is quinine, theobromine, isohumulone or limonene. So my correct option is D, that is limonene. So limonene, it is a primary bittering compound which is found present in the grapefruit juice, and it is formed after the post extraction under the acidic condition, and basically it arises from the conversion of the limonene monolactone to the limonene. So this limonene monolactone, it is a non-bittering compound to a bittering compound. When the pH, it will drop, it will get converted. Quinine, so quinine, it is a bittering alkaloid which is found in the tonic waters, and theobromine, it is a bittering compound which is found in the cocoa, chocolates, and isohumulone, it is a bittering agent which is found in beer. So my correct option is option number D, that is limonene. Question number 10. The difference between adsorption and desorption isotherm is known as hysteresis, dryness, evaporation or dehydration. So over here my correct option is A, that is hysteresis. So hysteresis basically it refers to the discrepancy between the adsorption, that is the uptake, and desorption, that is the release. So this is the uptake of the moisture and it is the release. So the difference between them, it is known as the hysteresis, and it is caused by various factors like pore structures or capillary condensations, irreversible bindings. Whereas dryness, so it is a state of low moisture. Evaporation, it basically it's a phase change from liquid to vapor state, and dehydration, it is the removal of water. So over here my correct option is A, that is hysteresis. Question 11. The conversion of pyruvate to lactic acid in homolactic fermentation is caused by lactate dehydrogenase, pyruvate dehydrogenase, lactase or pyruvate decarboxylase. So in homolactic fermentation, the pyruvate is converted to lactic acid by the enzyme, that is lactate dehydrogenase. Option number A is my correct option. Basically this reaction will regenerate when the NAD plus, it will form NADH, which will allow the glycolysis to continue under the aerobic conditions. Whereas pyruvate dehydrogenase, so it will convert the pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme A under the aerobic condition, not the fermentation. And lactase, it will break down the lactose, which is a milk sugar, into glucose. And galactose. And pyruvate decarboxylase, it will convert the pyruvate to acetaldehyde. In the ethanol fermentation or the lactic acid fermentation. So over here my correct option will be option number A, that is lactate dehydrogenase. Question number 12. Which one of the following statement is incorrect with respect to the controlled atmospheric package and modified atmosphere package of agro produce? CAP and MAP limit microbial as well as biochemical activities. Gas composition inside MAP during the storage is continuously monitored and regulated. CAP implies a greater degree of precision than MAP in maintaining specific levels of gas composition. Modification of the atmosphere inside a MAP is achieved by natural interplay between the respiration of products and permeation of gases through the packaging film. So, controlled atmospheric packaging and the modified atmospheric packaging, they are used to extend the shelf life of the food product. By just altering the gas compositions like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen. So over here my incorrect statement is option number B, that is gas composition inside a modified atmosphere packaging during the storage is continuously monitored and regulated. So it is not monitored, it is not continuously monitored or regulated. The gas levels are set initially and change passively due to respiration or the permeation, whereas this controlled atmospheric package, it will however actively control and it will maintain the precise gas levels throughout the storage. Whereas other options, so option number B is my incorrect statement, whereas other option, that is both CAP and MAP, they will slow down the growth and the biochemical reactions. Yes, this is true. And CAP is more precise than MAP in the gas regulation. This is also true. And MAP, it will rely on produce respiration and film the permeability to modify the atmosphere. So my correct option is option number B. And comparing the CAP and MAP, we can say that CAP is high cost, which is used for long-term storage, and whereas MAP, it is cost effective but short-term. Question 13 is the match the following type of question. We have to match unit operations in column 1 with the applications in food processing in column number 2. So hydrogenation, it is the conversion of liquids, that is oils, to semi-solid fats, basically shortening productions. So option number P, 2. Blanching, it is briefly will heat the food to inactivate the enzymes, for example peroxidase in the vegetables. So blanching, P. Q3. Leaching, it will leaching means extracting the compounds, it means extracts compound using some solvents, that means separation of dyes from the plant. And winterization means removal of soft waxes from the oil, uh, basically salad oils, to prevent the cloudiness at the room temperature. So over here my correct option is B, that is C2Q3R4S1. Question number 14. Which of the following are correct pair of grass, chemical food preservative, affected organisms and given food matrix? It is an MSQ type question. So grass, it stands for generally recognized as safe. So preservatives which are approved for use in specific foods to target particular microorganisms. So sodium lactate, bacteria, pre-cooked meat. So this is correct. Since sodium lactate, it will inhibit the bacteria, say for example, listeria, which is present in the processed meat. So this is correct. Next, caprylic acid, insects, cheese. So caprylic acid, it will target basically the molds, or say yeasts, not the insect, which is used in cheese clotting, not wraps. So this is not correct. Dehydroacetic acid, molds, squash. So dehydroacetic acid is used against molds, but it is not used in squash. It is commonly used in um, baked goods, cheese, and all. Sodium nitrite, Clostridia, mute curing preparations. So sodium nitrite, it will prevent the Clostridium botulinum, a bacteria which will grow in the cured meats, say bacon or the ham. So this is also correct. So over here my correct option is option number A and option number B. Question number 15. Choose the correct pair of pigment and their corresponding color in plant products. Carotene, yellow, orange, pepper. Betanin, purple, red, cactus, pear. Lycopene, red beets. Flavonols, orange, red, cauliflower. So first of all, this betanin. It is a beta-cyanin pigment which is responsible for the vibrant red or the purple color present in cactus, pear, optinias and other beets. So this is my correct option, option number B. Option number A, that is carotene, yellow, orange, peppers. So this is also correct since carotenoids, for example, beta carotene, uh, are correct for yellow orange hues, and these are dominant in carrots, pumpkins, peppers. So this is also correct. Whereas lycopene, red beets. So lycopene, it is a red pigment. It is basically present in tomatoes. And option number D, that is flavonols, orange, red, cauliflowers. So flavonols, these are colorless. So this also becomes incorrect. So over here my correct option is option number A and option number B. So high, this betanins, it's actually a pH sensitive, means the color will shift in acidic as well as in alkaline conditions. And this carotenoids, that is lycopenes or the beta carotene, these are lipid soluble, these are heat stable, whereas betalanins, which is present in betanin, it is a water soluble and it is heat sensitive. And anthocyanins we have read, that means the flavonoids. It is a pH dependent and it is red in acidic condition and blue in alkali conditions. Question number 16. Which of the following compounds acts as an anti-nutritional factors. Phytate, isoflavones, trypsin inhibitor, and resveratrol. So anti-nutritional factors, these are the compounds. They will interfere with the nutrients which is absorbed or utilized by our body. So phytate, it basically binds the minerals like iron, zinc, calcium, and it will reduce their bioavailability. Basically, these are found in the legumes. So it is an anti-nutritional compound. Whereas next isoflavones. So isoflavones, it is a phytoestrogen. We read about it. That is, for example, genestin. So it is a phytoestrogen, which will basically it will give benefits to our health. Uh, it is an antioxidant, anti-cancer, not an anti-nutritional compound. Next, trypsin inhibitor. So trypsin inhibitor, it will block the trypsin enzyme, and it will which will impair our protein digestions, and these are common in the raw soyas or legumes. So it is a anti-nutritional. It will block the trypsin enzyme. So this is an anti-nutritional compound. And next, that is resveratrol. So it is a polyphenol. Basically, it is found in grapes, and it have antioxidant or anti-inflammatory effects, and it has no negative impacts on our nutrient absorption. So over here my correct option is option number A and option number C. Whereas this anti-nutritional factors like this phytate or the lectins, they are beneficial, like phytochemicals, with the for example say isoflavones or the resveratrol. So to reduce these anti-nutritional factors, the foods, they are soaked or they are fermented so that the we can reduce the phytate content in it. We can give heat treatments to it so that they will denature the trypsin inhibitors. So correct option over here is A and C. Question number 17. Which of the following is are commonly used media in the supercritical fluid extraction of spices and tea? So supercritical fluid extraction, that is SFE, basically it uses solvents at supercritical conditions, that is high pressure or temperature, for efficient extraction. Now carbon dioxide, so this is most widely used due to its non-toxic, low cost, and uh, good solubility, high solubility, and it is adjustable via pressure and temperature. And even this is ideal for caffeine extraction, that means decaffeinated tea or coffee, and spice oils like black pepper, turmeric. So CO2, this is most widely used. Another, that is carbon dioxide with ethanol. So it's a co-solvent system. That means ethanol, it will enhance the polarity. Means it is basically used for polar compounds, that is polyphenols. Example, it is present in tea, basically for polar compounds. And water, it is used in subcritical water extraction. Um, so the advantage of this supercritical fluid extraction, like no solvent residues, basically for carbon dioxide there is no solvent residues, even food grade safety is there, preserves heat sensitive compounds like essential oils, antioxidants. Comparing with other conventional methods can be like steam distillation, organic solvents and all. So over here my correct options are A, B and D. Question number 18. Which of the following expressions represent the Reynolds number of a fluid flowing through a uniform circular cross-section pipe? So Reynolds number, basically it is a dimensionless number, which will it's a quantity which will use to predict the flow pattern. That means whether it is a laminar flow or a turbulent type of flow in the fluid dynamics. So for a fluid flowing through a uniform circular pipe, we'll say that Reynolds number is equals to inertial force by viscous force. Now, using this dynamic viscosity means mu. So density, average velocity, diameter by dynamic viscosity. So this is Reynolds number, R equals to rho v d by mu. Correct. Option A will be correct. And using the kinematic viscosity, right over here, and using the kinematic viscosity, R equals to velocity, average velocity of the fluid, diameter and the kinematic viscosity. That is this is kinematic viscosity. So over here my correct option will be option number A and option number B. And this option number C and D, they are the inverse. And one more thing, that Reynolds number, it's less than 2100, we'll say it is a laminar flow. And if it's more than 4000, we'll say it's a turbulent flow. The correct option is A and B. Question number 19. Which of the following combinations of analytical equipment property, measured and food property are correct? So first one, that is particle size analyzer, particle size distribution, span value. So this particle size analyzers, it will measure the particle size distribution, and the span value, it will quantify the distribution width. That means, for example, powdered foods. So option number A will be my correct option over here. Next, texture profile analyzer. morphology, chewiness. So this texture profile analyzer, it will measures the mechanical properties. Not the morphological property. Mechanical properties can be hardness, chewiness, which is assessed by the microscopy. So over here, this will be incorrect. Next, option number C, differential scanning colorimeter, glass transition temperature, degree of caking. So this differential scanning colorimeter, it will measure the thermal transitions like the Tg values, which will affect the cake, which will affect in caking amorphous powders, say for example milk powders. So this is correct. Next, option number D, capillary viscometer viscosity sensor. So capillary viscometers, they will measure the viscosity, but sensory properties, these are evaluated by human panels, not the instruments. So this is incorrect over here. So my correct answer is option number A and option number C. Question number 20. Dry air is fed into a tray dryer. The percentage relative humidity of the air leaving the dryer is 60% at 70 degrees Celsius, and this is the total pressure, that is 101.35 kilopascal. And if the saturated vapor pressure at 70 degrees Celsius is 31.2 kilopascal, we have to calculate the humidity of the air which is leaving out the dry air. So what are the things given? Relative humidity, that is 60%, temperature 70 degrees Celsius, total pressure 101.35 kilopascal, and saturated vapor pressure of water at 70 degrees Celsius, that is Psat, is 31.2 kilopascal, and molecular weights of water and air is given. Molecular weight of water, that is 18.0 gram per mole, and molecular weight of air is 28.97 gram per mole. And we have to calculate the humidity of the exit air. First, we'll calculate the partial pressure of the water vapor, that is PV. We'll calculate. So we know the formula that RH is equal to PV by Psat into 100, or PV equals to RH into Psat by 100, or PV equals to 0.6 into Psat is 31.2, that is equal to 18.72. Now H is equal to molecular weight of water by molecular weight of air into PV by P minus PV. We'll just put the values. 18, H equals to 18.02 into 18.72 divided by 28.97 into 101.32 minus 18.72. Calculating it, will get 337.33 divided by 2394.6, which is equals to 0.141 or kg water per kg dry air. This is my answer. So my answer is 0.141. So we have covered GATE 2021 previous year question paper of a technology subject. Hope you found this video beneficial. Till then, thank you and enjoy learning.